This is going to be an update guide for Falgrim or Ultimate Call of Dragons Falgrim guide. I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about this bad boy. So I'm starting with the first thing and where this hero shine the most. What is the purpose of this hero? Obviously it's going to be a PvP, and Falgrim was a precedent in Call of Dragons specifically for the marksmen, because for the first time we see in the marksmen this skill talent tree. Normally the marksmen are precision talent tree, the mages are skill talent tree, but here we see the skill talent tree. And there is a reason behind. Falgrim shine the most with the AoE damage. Also this is again precedent in the game, because this is the first hero that actually do AoE damage from all the previous marksmen in Generation 1, Generation 2 and Generation 3. Some people may say Kurek is also doing AoE damage, but Kurek is an epic hero, is still a marksman one. But I don't know, for the legendary one, Falgrim was the first hero that provide some kind of AoE damage. So what he is doing is firing up these penetration bolts. Now all the spells of this Falgrim is around this penetration bolt. So he's shining the most in PvP. He's not shining in the behemoth fight. I want to point out this thing. Also, is if you pair him with heroes like Sibyl, maybe he's going to shine also in the rally composition. But at the end of the day, what is the strong sides of these bad boys? What is the what separates this hero? We already speak about this, that he's having the skill talent tree. The penetration bolt deals physical damage to the target. Damage factor can go up to 1.3k, and to the another enemy legion behind the target. So we're not having something crazy going on here. It's like 300 skill damage factor plus 50% damage due to the target. So it's actually hitting like 2 targets, so we cannot say it's like crazy AoE damage dealer, like hitting multiple legions, like for example something that for example Ruby are doing. Ruby are doing crazy AoE. But yeah, Falgrim and Ruby is Generation 5, I want to point out this thing. But for the Falgrim, he was the first AoE marksman in Call of Dragons. So everything here is around this penetrating bolt. The next spell is basically increasing. When in the field, the Legion get 5% defense. It's actually 15% defense, 10% march speed. When public punishment deals damage, or basically this spell here with the penetration bolt, you're also going to put some march speed reduction. This is a debuff, and we're going to see why these debuffs are important. It's not only because it's boosting one of his other spells. On top of that, the pet we're going to choose for this hero is going to also support this debuff boosting. So the other spell is just 25% marksman unit attack. This pure passive one. Normal attack damage taken by a marksman is reduced by 10%, and this is where the things get interesting. Each time a hero skill inflict debuff effect in the battle, the Legion deals 6% more damage from normal attacks and 20% more damage from penetration bolt for 10 seconds, and it can have 3 stacks. So by getting these 3 stacks of this hero, I think this may be one of the fourth spell. If I have to tell you a building order, should be the first spell. Obviously the rage skill is always the important one, and jumping over the fourth skill. This is what I can suggest you, and going after this from the fourth skill, jumping on the third spell, and this one is with less priority. Okay, I know it's like something like survivability, march speed, blah blah blah, but the first, the fourth, and the third is the building order here. So getting 20% penetration bolt damage bonus is absolutely crazy amount of damage. And finally, I forgot to say about the awakening. When Falgrim Legion launches a normal attack, it deals 20% more hero skill damage Until the next time Falgrim casts a rage skill, this effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. So you get extra 20% hero skill damage, which is going to boost, you know, your public punishment. On top of that, since in public punishment you're firing this penetration bolt, you're going to get 20% boost of this penetration bolt for each debuff you apply to the enemy. So from where this debuffs is going to come? Let's start from there. First of the debuffs is going to be from here, which when the field, blah blah blah, when public punishment deals damage, it also inflicts swole. So this is one of the debuffs. The other thing as a debuff is going to be the pets you can actually use with the Falgrim. So if I go over the pets, what is the best pet for me personally for Falgrim is going to be Barber Manticore. The reason behind is this pet deals physical damage to the target legion, some physical damage, and inflict defense break, minus 5% for 3 seconds. This is also going to boost the damage output for the Falgrim. Now, do I like Falgrim as a commander? In the open field, yes. In the rally, no. Now here is the thing, because Falgrim are presented with Sibyl, basically these two heroes are presented together. In the majority of the cases, the two heroes presented together is having the biggest synergy between themselves. There is some, you know, there is some, I would say, some difference. I mean, for example, Generation 2 hero with Generation 4 hero working the best, like Goresh Kuma, for example. But yeah, speaking about the Falgrim, with the Sibyl, this is the hero that he is going to work the best. What the Sibyl is going to help him in form of debuffs is reduce the target legion attack by 1% for 2 seconds. This is also debuff that on top of that is going to boost this penetration bolt 20% damage boost, and this is going to be 3 stacks. So I think Falgrim is going to have zero issues to get this extra 20%, it's extra 60%, basically 3 stacks, extra 60% boost of this penetration bolt. On top of that is getting extra 20 skill damage, hero skill damage, and having a skill talent tree and PvP talent tree is very interesting because it's having also PvP talent tree. You can actually go and boost. Okay, this is not the right hero. Okay, so Bertrand is also having a skill talent tree and the PvP talent tree. So you can go and get this 1.5% more damage, by the way. Also some Legion synchronization. Here you can get some hero skill damage. PvP talent tree is giving you 1% more hero skill damage at the end of the day. And because here it's like 4%, but on PvP talent tree is 5% the hero skill damage bonus on the field. And I can actually say maybe going for this 8% hero skill damage bonus, but at the same time it's reducing the normal attack. So maybe it's going to be the PvP talent tree that you want to go, just like this one. And maybe from here you can maybe go till this getting 20% additional rage. I think this part here and this part here should be your talent tree for the Falgrim. This is how I believe it should be for the Falgrim. Now, we already spoke about the talent tree. We spoke about the pets. Now, let's talk about the artifacts. Maybe this is going to be the last thing for the Falgrim. Okay, this is actually the pets. Now, from point of artifacts, you can basically put any generic artifact. Generic artifacts is artifacts like, for example, Shadow Blades. It's not having some crazy additional effect that is boosting specific hero, or for example, that one, what was the name? Heart of Kamasi. Yeah, Heart of Kamasi. But if we go, there is a specific artifact that is looking like is built for Falgrim, and it is basically looking like the thing he's holding in his hand. And this is this spell, this artifact Iron Tusk. Obviously is doing some damage, blah blah blah. The additional, now if you're looking which artifact is going to be for which hero, I'm going to give you a little tip here. And yeah, if you're interested in this type of content, hit one like. If you go already on that far in this video, most likely you're liking this video, so hit one like also. So for the artifact is, all the artifacts are generic artifacts that can be put with any other hero that is specifically for this artifact. Like you see here is the marksman's. The only change happen in the additional effects. And I'm going to give you some examples with that. For example, Infernal Flame, your Legion do basically inflicting Scorch. Lilia is inflicting Scorch. Dragon's Fate, your Legion do, every time he do hero skill damage, is doing extra 120. This is Yu Ming. So you can see that by additional effect, you can clearly see which artifact is for specific hero. If there is additional effect, this is an artifact for specific hero. It's going to work with other heroes also, but yeah, just wanted to point out this thing. Now, what is the additional effect? When a penetrating bolt, basically from his rage skill, deals damage, the welder deals 10% more hero skill damage for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is going to cover, since if you have some rage regeneration, normally 10 seconds is the full cycle. Is the full cycle of the skill. I mean, you're firing up your skill, and after 10 seconds, you're firing up again your rage skill. So this 10 seconds is like permanent 10% hero skill damage for the Falgrim. And we already saw how much more hero skill damage we get, like 90% hero skill damage over Falgrim with this artifact that I showed you, Iron Tusk. So yeah guys, this is going to be for this hero. If you have any question, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to try to answer all of your questions. If you go that far in this video, don't forget to hit one like, also subscribe to this channel for Cow Dragon videos. And yeah, wish you great day, and see you in the next video.